you've done so far with the fact that you're 0-3.
Yeah, I think we've done some great things on offense. I think that we've gotten the ball in the end zone, several times. We can get the ball in the end zone more. We should have had, probably 3 more the other day, and so I think there's some great things we're doing, but there's some things that we got to get better at. There's some things that we got to clean up, get a little tighter. Can't have penalties, especially on touchdown plays, just little things like that. And but I think that there's a lot of great energy, in our locker room, and just got a lot of guys that believe that we're gonna dig our way out of the hole and just continue to focus on being the best version of us every day. And that's really what matters. That's what we got to get to do. And there's a lot of football left.
Guys have talked about turning the page, like you said, but how can you do that without winning a game at some point, like to get that confidence of a win?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've been playing this league long enough to know that there's always ups and downs. Everybody wants the perfect story, but it doesn't make it as good of a story if it's not some challenges along the way. And so we're not running from the adversity. We're looking forward to having a great week of practice, going out there trying to play in a tough environment and trying to get a win. And that's really what matters, and that's what we're focused on.
Russ, what similarities do you see between you and Justin Fields?
I think Fields is a little faster than me. He can run, man. He's got some really amazing talent. I think I've gotten to know him a little bit over the past couple of years and everything else. He's a competitor, a guy that's got a lot of amazing talent. He's still young. He's a guy that's wants to compete every day, and so got a lot of respect for the type of player he is, and what he can do on a football field is one of a kind. He's really special at what he does.
Russ, is getting over a 50-point loss any different than getting over a 1-point loss?
Any loss is tough, but you got to be professional about it. You got to be able to move on. You got to be able to focus on what the task is at hand, and that's already gone. We got to be able to move on and be right in the moment of right now. That's the best way to go about it, and that's really how you have to be after wins as well. I mean, you have to be able to celebrate a win, but you have to be able to move on from it, study the film, learn from what we did well, what we didn't do well. And so we got to get on the winning side of the column, and that's what we're going to try to do this weekend.
So far this season, 6 offensive touchdowns in the first half, only 1 in the second half. Like, what's leading that discrepancy, and how is it remedied?
Well, it sounds like we got to light up the second half. I think there's a lot of opportunity there. There's a lot of things that we can do really well. Like I said, we got to clean some things up and get a little tighter. But I think that as you go throughout a season, there's a lot of progression that you want to be able to do. You want to be able to have successful quarters, successful plays, and just focus on that moment, that play, and that's the best way we can go about it. And I think that we got a lot of great players. I'm really excited about Marvin Mims and what he can do. Obviously, Jerry Jeudy and Cortland Sutton, such stars, and their ability. Javonte is really looking back to his normal self. He's going to really have a breakout couple games, hopefully, I believe, just coming up soon, and P. Ryan too. And I like the toughness of our offensive line, the grit that they have. Troutman, what a pro. We got a lot of guys, that you think about a guy like Burton and how tough he is, and Chris Manhurst. I mean, we got a lot of guys that really want to do everything they can to be the best, and we're going to find our best.
Russ, when you talk about Marvin Mims in particular, what do you see from him? I mean, where's his upside? Where's his growth come from? What kind of ceiling?
Yeah, I don't think he has a ceiling. I think the best thing about him, though, is that he's always looking for growth. He's always learning. He gets to be around a guy like Cortland Sutton. He gets to be around a guy like Jerry Jeudy, see their creativity, how they go about. They're such great professionals, those two, and vets. And then you got a guy like Brandon Johnson, who's a second-year player. Dad was a Gold Glover. Just a lot of it runs in the blood. Just success. He's a guy that's got great work habits in Brandon Johnson, and so when you get to watch a guy like that right in front of you, that was just a rookie last year, and get to learn from him, and I think Coach Carey's doing a great job of coaching those guys up. So I like our guys and like what we're doing and where we can go.
When it comes to making plays outside the pocket, a lot of people I think it's just a scramble drill and running around. But how much goes into being on the same page with the receiver, guys knowing how to block it once the sort of second reaction?
Yeah, I think we're always going through the progressions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then if it's not there, you get up and scramble and try to find a lane. And the offensive line's doing a great job on those scrambles, just to give me enough time to make some plays. They're doing a really good job of battling. It starts with those guys, and then the receivers and running backs and tight ends. They're they're doing a great job of just being explosive and just moving and getting ready to run and make some plays. And I think Cortland's, done some great things off of those, some other guys as well. So, that's part of the game, and I think that's, I think we're getting the ball out relatively quickly here. And also, too, we're taking some shots on the field, too, when they're there. But, there's those scramble plays that do come up. And when they do, they got to be deadly, and we got to make them happen.
Russ,
Two more for Russ.
Russ, you're always optimistic and positive. How much does that help going through times like this?
I think it's a great question. I think, optimism, positivity, I'm a positive person by nature. You guys know that I'm definitely believe in neutrality, not getting too high, not getting too low. Because I believe, I don't know any other way to think. I've been through highs, some of the greatest highs. I've been through some tough lows. We've gone through some tough stuff. But the great thing about it is that when you go through tough stuff, there's the good stuff on the other side of the mountain. And I think that a big part of it is that you got to know that you got to be able to, climb the mountains, but also you got to know that when you go down in the valley, it's just another mountain you got to climb. And I think for us is we just focus on what we can do as a team, as collective effort. A lot of growth. We got great coaches, guys who are pushing us, and we're pushing ourselves. And we're going to come on the other end of it in terms of, hopefully the win column, and just continue to stay focused on the process. The process is the part that you got to embrace, and you got to enjoy. You got to embrace the challenge. You got to embrace the tough stuff, and just like you got to embrace the good stuff too. And you can't be, you can't be too high and too low, and just go with the wave of how things are going all the time. You got to be able to be rock solid and be confident in who you are. And when you know who you are, you know the talent that you have individually, but also as a collective group. That's what gives you confidence. That's what gives you positivity. That's what gives you optimism. That's what gives you belief. That's what gives you great faith. And that's what what gives you the confidence and the conscious competence to know that you're going to come on the other end, and we're going to turn this thing around. And it starts with today's practice. We had a great day, and go to the next day and just stay focused. And like I said to you guys the other day, having that tunnel vision.
Last one, James.
Russ, with that said, do the leaders you included do anything different this week? Meetings, get together, just to after what happened?
Yeah, we have our talks on the plane. We have our talks in the meeting room for sure. We have our meetings that and get together and watch the film together. And then at the end of the day, the best thing you can do is go out and have a great practice and be the best version of you for that day. And so we definitely we're all together on this thing. We all believe. We all believe in each other. We believe in the offense. We believe in the defense. We believe in the special teams. Just what they did the other day. Let's do that even more. Let's add those up, and just we believe in our coaches as well, and we believe in just who we are and all the work we put in. So the reality is that we felt like we've had a couple games we should have won. That's the truth. We felt like there's two that we could have won for sure. And last game we didn't play our best. But the reality is that we get to go again on Sunday and get the strap on the pads and do what we love to do, and hopefully put on a show.
Thank you, Russ.
Thank you, guys.